Alright, what's going on, guys? Gdoggcasey here with another episode of Dark Souls 3. So I went back and checked out the video. It seemed alright. Honestly, it's pretty acceptable. I haven't really figured out how to make it much better yet, but I guess we'll get a little bit better as time goes on. But I think it's pretty good. One thing I did do was put the volume back up. I noticed that after I lowered it, it just felt a little too quiet. So this is okay. Now, there are some other things we can do around this area. For example, if we were to head up here, there is a place we can go. Is it up here? I might be wrong now. Yeah. I am a lying asshole. Where is it? Why am I seeing it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, up here. We can come up here, we can go out and around, but we're going to do that later, actually. Basically, when we can actually complete everything, that's when we will do that. So we're going to hold off for now. Instead, what we're going to do, take a little bit of fall damage, and move on to the first area. So we can come to the bonfire here, and we can travel to the high wall of Lothric. And this is basically the first zone that's not a tutorial area. So I figured, let's jump into the game a little bit rather than, you know, meander around the starting area and pick up a couple random things. Instead, we'll just pick up that stuff when we're ready to fully complete that area. So, I'm going to follow the guide a little bit more strictly from here, even though I've done this area several times. We're going to just try to make sure we get absolutely everything. So the first thing on the checklist is to open the door. There we go. We are 1 for 1. Welcome to the high wall of Lothric. This area is pretty damn cool. I like it. Like, that's a castle. That is a collection of castles. Connected by a nice bridge or two. Take the right path onto the rampart and head down to pick up a soul of the deserted corpse. I think this is the rampart that it means, so we'll go ahead and activate this bonfire. So we can actually teleport here now. We can do some summoning as well, and we might do that. We're also going to get invaded from time to time, so that's something that I wanted to leave on so we can get the authentic experience. I'm going to come over here and kill this archer. Because he will cause us problems if we don't do that. At least a little bit anyway. Not massive problems, but it's nice to just take care of him. And we can head down here. This is the right path. Got a couple of zombie dogs, or maybe not zombie dogs, but they look like that. Take them out. These guys will never cause us much of a problem, but some of them occasionally will get up and attack you. Usually you'll start to learn which ones do as you end up exploring the world and stuff, and you'll figure it out. There's also a dude with a big axe that comes up those stairs to the left, so we want to fight this guy first. Oh! There we go. This guy's got a great axe, which I think is one of the coolest weapons in the game. And you do have a chance to take it from him when you kill him. Not this time, though. So we're coming up here. And this is sort of like a dead end, if I remember right. Now, there's a dude right there. Oh, okay, there's an archer. But there's another guy who's going to turn into what they call a pus of man. Wait, is that actually right here? Is it? Yeah. It's pretty loud, but I still think it'll be okay. So he needs to actually turn into the Pus of Man for you to get the Titanite Shard and the Ember. So you have to let him transform. The thing is, you can run up here and kill him fast enough before he transforms, but then you won't get the loot. So it's important, and I have no problems using my fire bombs against those guys, because I realized after I was watching episode 1 back, just to check the quality, that I didn't finish my thought when I was mentioning about the first boss, when he turned into the Pus Monster. I really dislike fighting those Pus Monster type enemies because they don't seem to have any sort of pattern that you can follow in order to like evade their attacks and stuff. And maybe they do, and I just haven't been able to discern the pattern, and that's probably more likely. But we got the longbow, we got the Ember and the Titanite Shard, we got the arrows, and then we're going to come down here to get the soul of a deserted corpse, I believe. This guy will get up. And there it is. Perfect. So we can go back to the bonfire. So we're basically done with this area. Actually, sorry, I forgot to show you guys. This door right here can be opened from the other side. And that will serve as our shortcut to get back to the boss of this area if we die against him. Which has a chance of happening. So we'll see. We shall see. So we'll go on and head back up here. Might as well rest at the bonfire, get some of that HP back. It really doesn't matter if we reset the enemies, because now we're going to take the left path down. Alright, so what are we looking for here? We are looking for binoculars, gold pine resins, and 2 fire bombs. We'll see if we can find those. Again, you don't have to kill all these enemies. Some of them will attack you. They don't really offer a whole bunch of souls, but, you know, why not? There's a soul of the deserted corpse. Whoop. Bad timing on that one. We can come on up here. I think this is where the binoculars are. These guys with the lantern, they scream like that and it wakes up other enemies. Whoop. Okay, one of these guys has a firebomb. Firebomb's coming from up there, I just realized. Oh, shit. Shit! Leave me alone. And binoculars. The binoculars are sort of like a, almost like a historical item in Dark Souls. I remember reading or hearing that you can use them to help aim some of your spells. I'm not necessarily sure that's still the case these days. I don't ever use them, but still want to collect them. So we got this seemingly dead dragon here. Doesn't respond to anything you do. But if you come around this side, you can drop down. To come in here. And get the pine resins. Now there's a couple more enemies in this room. Dead. Oh, we got his deserter armor. And we get the 2 firebombs. So that's everything that I read up to. So now I hear someone walking around. Oh, maybe it's that dude. Yeah, it is him. Hello. We'll deal with him later. So I'll head down. Soul of a Deserted Corpse. Next we're looking... Oh, it wants us to snipe the dragon. So we can do that from here. Once we call the dragon. So there's no dragon here right now, but... Shit. I'm doing a bad job. As we go far enough through here, we will enrage a dragon. Or is it actually going up here that does that? Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Whoa. Almost let that guy kill me. So you can snipe him from here with an arrow and a bunch of, or with a bow and a bunch of arrows. And we will do that at some point, but we don't have a bow yet. Or we do have a longbow, actually. We just don't have enough arrows. Or enough dexterity to use the arrows. Or the bow, whatever. Alright, now here's where you're going to find your first, like, real tough enemy. He'll be real tough to you if you're a bit of a noob. We're going to come over here. We're going to kill these guys. Because it seems like I have time to do this now. These guys will join the fight if you don't kill them. There's a deserted corpse, and there's a knight. He's gonna come out in a minute. More firebombs. I'm just prepping the battlefield. There he is. This guy can do some significant damage to you. Being a little bit extra careful with him. But he's not that tough. These guys have real cool armor sets and real cool weapons as well, which I might try to put to use at some point, but unfortunately he didn't drop anything. So once we kill him, this door is open from the other side. We have to kill the dragon. Now, you don't necessarily have to kill the dragon either. You can make it through without killing the dragon, but I'm just going to kill the dragon. So we can come in here and kill these thief-type enemies. Walk along this to pick this up. Firebomb. And come on up here for the next bonfire. So we'll rest here. And that's another reason why we are leveling up our strength and dexterity first, because we want to be able to equip the longbow so then we can use it to help us out with certain situations later on that we might need. Okay, I shouldn't aggro that guy again. Yeah. He'll leave us alone. We don't have to fight him every time. If we come down here... Got a couple thief-type enemies up here. I'm pretty bad on my attack timing right now. Got some throwing knives. Those are pretty good. We can also come down this ladder. And we got another bigger skeleton dude here. Whoop. Raw gem. We got a door over here that's locked. We'll get the key for that door later on. For now, we come down here. We got a dude who throws fire bombs. And his fire bombs will cause all those barrels to explode. So you want to run past before he does that, because that'll do a lot of damage to you. Another dude here. So we can pick up the mail breaker, which is another sort of historical item in the Dark Souls lore. Not really in the lore, sorry, but just in the games. The mail breaker always makes an appearance, and it's kind of a pretty shitty weapon, so. And here, we find our first NPC, but we cannot open the door yet because it's locked. So we'll have to come back to this dude later once we get the key. So just remember this guy for later. Picked up a couple random items though, so instead what we'll do now is start to head back along the path towards progress. Which is right over here. So this is another bit of a set piece here. It wants you to come over here and kill these two guys, and then you get ambushed by this guy. And then you get ambushed by this guy, sometimes anyway. Sometimes he climbs up, other times he doesn't. Now, okay, we have 9 firebombs. I'm okay with this. So this is yet another moment where we are facing a pus of man. And you can kill this guy before he turns into one, but if we want that sweet loot, gotta let him transform. I have no shame using the bombs. There you go. Easy peasy. If you ever come back here again, just run up to him and kill him before he transforms. But those Titanite shards are going to be good, because now, because we've done that, we can actually upgrade our longsword later on. Along these rooftops, you will find some other items. I think there's a crystal lizard up here, if I'm not mistaken. If you can't tell, I've stopped looking at the guide now. I'm just sort of doing it. Yeah, there's a lizard. We got it. So we get the raw gem. Soul of a deserted corpse. And I think that's everything. There might be something else I can't remember. No, that appears to be all of it. So we continue on. Down this ladder. And watch out for the arrow. Another arrow and an ambush. Whoa! I did not mean to do that. You died. That was a mistake. I meant to roll, but I think I either meant to lock on or did not mean to lock on. And because of that, we did. Let that dude walk out. Usually what I do is I stay... So now that we've died, that's the first death, by the way, of the playthrough, so that's fun. But now that we've died, what I do is I tend to get back to my souls, and then I will re-ember myself. When you die, you'll know... Oh, see, this time he came up. You notice in the top left corner, it seems like I have a little bit less health. And that little symbol thing is not actually... it's not in ember form. It's just sort of there. So it's sort of like the old games when you can go into human form or hollowed form. We're just not in embered form right now. So there. So you can kill him before he transforms. Much easier to deal with. Fuck those guys for worshipping him. Damn it, I thought I was gonna beat the game with 0 deaths. Apparently not. There he goes. Whoa. I was trying to be a little bit more responsible with my approach there. Normally I just run in there and tear shit up. Shit, 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 shit! Oh! I heard him at the last second. I did not think he was gonna come back. Alright, let's equip these embers. Man, I hear things walking around. The ember will heal you fully and put you into ember mode. You don't necessarily need to be in ember mode, but it gives you more hit points, and it allows you to be invaded. Now, I am tidying this room up, because this guy can be a bit of a bitch to deal with. So you need rolling space. I like to get him to run at you, because he will try to charge. And you can just roll past him, like this. Oh. It didn't work as well as I thought it would. His shield is very sturdy, so... Oh, there we go. Titanite shard, okay. I'll take that. I was actually hoping for some of his armor, but that's fine. There's a few different things going on here. We got a couple more ambushes set up. There's another guy here. Get some more loot though. Another Titanite shard. Nicely done. We might be able to get our longsword up to level 2 now at this point. Maybe. And then we got this dude behind here. Undead Hunter Charms. I can't remember exactly what those things do. You know what? I hear people walking around. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. I think it's actually just the guy down below, over here. Yeah, he's a big heavy dude, so he's sort of stompy. But we'll check that stuff out later. For now, continue here. We got another ambush right here. With a broadsword, which is pretty neat. But our longsword is going to be our weapon of choice for a while. We also have this. And you can come down this way. You get Green Blossom, and then you also have this with a chest and the Astora Straight Sword, which is pretty cool. I believe that sword though is a faith-based sword, so you're gonna be wanting to have your faith increased for that. Now, there's a couple different ways you can handle this. We've already died once, but you know, I think I've aggroed somebody here too. I think some people are moving around. Yeah, see, there's a couple different enemies down here, so we're gonna heal up. And we're just gonna go balls deep, basically. Just gonna... Alright, he's dealt with. Okay, there's another dude. Oh, shit! You might start to realize why this isn't the preferred method. That was almost bad. We still have one Estus left. Hello. There's a couple really cool things around here, though. Come through this way. We got another chest. And it's got the Silver Eagle Kite Shield. Now, the Silver Eagle Kite Shield, when you're not choosing a knight, is going to be like the main thing you want to go for right from the start. You see the Knight Shield has 100 physical guard absorption, so it's already really good, but this sword, or this shield here, has that as well. And it's the first shield that you will find that actually has that. Also, it has the added property of allowing you to use your weapon skill with one hand. So most of the time, if you don't have this shield, like, let's switch it real quick. So if you go to the Knight Shield, if you hold L2 or left trigger, it'll just be like a parry, right? And if you two-hand your weapon and then you use left trigger, it puts you into your, whatever weapon you have has like a certain stance, and you can do different attacks that use your focus, right? They're pretty strong attacks, but with the, you have to be you have to be two-handing it. If you have the Silver Eagle Kite Shield, it's got 100% physical guard absorption, and it allows you to do that while the shield is equipped. It just puts it away automatically. So, I don't really use that too often, but it's still a shield that I like to use. So we're going to use that. Alright, we got a couple more enemies to deal with down here, and a couple good items to pick up. That was a bad roll. I thought it was going to be a perfect roll. Come on, give me the great axe. No? Alright, so first thing, boom. Titanite shard. Anything else around here? I don't think so. However, we do have, boom, Estus shard. And down here, another dog. And we got the cell key. The cell key is going to help us rescue... Whoop, I actually did not mean to use that other Estus there. It's going to help us rescue the thief that's locked behind bars. Now we can come out here. And this whole thing is basically just like a more dangerous way of getting down here. Where were we before? You know what? Let's actually go back that way. Because we'll come here. We can drop down and we can get down here. But there's another way to get down here, and I just want to go back and take that route, just in case there's an item that we missed. There may or may not have been an item that we missed. So we've already murdered our way through this path. This is where we fought the big knight. There he is, dead. And you can come over here. Actually, is it right here? Yeah, right here first of all. Forgot about that. Black fire bombs. And you can use them to damage this dude, but we're gonna fight him normally. He's a little more fun that way, even though we don't have the Estus. You can come down this way. And there is another ambush here. I think that's it. And these guys are all standing around making you think that you should be worried about them, but you shouldn't be worried about them. Don't worry about them. Alright, here we go. He's already taken some damage from something. There we go. I was a little risky there with my two-handed sword usage. We get the rapier here. The rapier is a very good weapon. but it has a very limited move set. But it's still pretty good. So having it is nice. We might use it as a backup weapon at some point. Other than that, I don't think there's anyone else that gets up and attacks you. And I don't think there's any more items around, although I do obviously see this. Another Ember. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Okay. So, we head this way. Now we're going to want to come up here, first of all, to deal with this archer. There's another dude. So pick up this item because I saw it and I don't want to forget about it. But we're not going this way. This way leads us towards the end. We're going to come up here. Shield out. If you don't remember what's around, always keep your shield out. Pick up this large soul. And the Ring of Sacrifice. You can wear the Ring of Sacrifice so that when you die, you don't lose souls. And you know what? We're pretty close to dying right now, so why don't we just toss this on? I'm not planning on dying, but we don't have any Estus left, and we're getting close. We're getting close to death here. So that's where that is, up there. You can come back this way. And there is another ambush here. Ugh. I was actually slightly worried there that something bad might have happened. Green Blossom. Broken Straight Sword. And a longsword. Sweet. So if you didn't start with a longsword, you can get a longsword from these types of enemies, and you can be set for quite a while. Couldn't remember if there was an item there, but we'll just take this on up. Grab some more throwing knives and open the door. Whoa! I wasn't 100% certain if I had rested since killing that guy. Now I remember that I definitely did, but that was a little crazy. So that is the shortcut. Now we do want to be somewhat careful here. Oh shit. Man. This is a bit risky, what we're trying to do here. Because there's a couple enemies that could get us in trouble. Okay. There, we aggroed. Oh! No! Fuck. That was not part of the plan. I admit, that was... Oh, we didn't lose our soul. Oh, that's actually... Okay. Yeah, I forgot I put that on. So, you know what? Alright, that happened. We were incredibly close to the bonfire. There was just like those few enemies we had to kill. What we're going to do here before we end this episode, because we are getting a little long here, is go back to town. Or to the shrine. Do some leveling up.
Welcome home, speak thine heart. Very well, then taken.
Gonna get our dexterity up as high as we can, up to 15. I want to get up to 20 because I think that's like a nice.
Farewell.
It's a nice stopping point. So if we go to inventory, we can come here. And we can use all of these.
Welcome. Very well. Then taken.
Gonna level up a little bit more, up to 16.
Farewell, Ashen.
Gonna come over here.
Ah.
And we're gonna buy as many wooden arrows as we can hold on to, or as we can afford. There we go.
Ashen 1.
And now we're gonna equip the longbow, because we can now. And the arrows. There we go. Can we still roll? Yeah. Perfect. So we have this as an option now, which we will use next time to defeat the dragon and continue exploring the rest of the high wall of Lothric. We're getting kind of close to the end, but the thing is, there's still a couple side areas we weren't able to do yet. Now that we have the longbow, we can kill the dragon, and we can gather a couple other things that are hidden behind the dragon and around the dragon, and then we can go free the thief, and then we can go kill the boss of the area. So that's what we'll be looking to try to do in the next episode, but I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.